Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for all of the support on last week's video, and because of y'all, I've been invited back to shoot some more of MarineMax's inventory. If you're interested in buying this boat or you have any questions and want more information, I've left all of Paul Glenn's contact information in the description down below, so give him a call and he'll be more than happy to help you out. I've also left a link to the full ad on MarineMax's website so you can get in contact with them that way. With all that out of the way, let's start taking a look at everything this 2022 Grady-White 370 Express Cruiser has to offer. Alright, starting out at the transom, I just wanted to highlight the beautiful triple 425 Yamaha motors. These are 2022 motors. I'm not sure how many hours are on them currently, but before the video goes live, I will get the hours and I will put it in the description down below. I did want to point out it does have underwater lights. Alright, I'm going to climb up and we'll start taking a look at the transom, work our way into the cockpit. Not much here on the transom, but you do have a diesel tank fill up there because you do have a diesel Panda Fisher generator. And then on the starboard side, you have your shore power hookup and your TV cable hookup. And then just a quick look up into the cockpit. You do have rod holders all throughout the gunnels, as well as some rocket launcher holders there and there. And then you do have an electric awning, so it does come out and extends shade all the way to the end of the cockpit, and you do have a rear-facing camera. All right, stepping into the cockpit facing aft, we do have rod storage underneath, as well as your transom shower here and here. We have a big refrigerated fish box, so you don't need to bring ice if you don't want to. You do have to have the generator running, but this is refrigerated. Keep your fish cold on your way back in. Continuing on, we have some extra storage here, and this does pop out to give you access to your batteries there. And this is cutting board material, so you can use this as a bait prep station. Just below that, we have your battery switches, as well as your fuel selector levers. Nice transom bench across the transom, obviously. Combing panels all the way around the cockpit. This does stow away, so it does flip down and still against the transom, so you can get up against the bulkhead there. And then just below here, it is locked. I do not have the keys. MarineMax did not give me the keys, but you do have a Panda Fisher generator and a Sea Keeper. Keep this boat nice and steady in those rough waters. I did want to point out here, it is a self-bailing cockpit, so those are the drains. If you do get water back here, it's a non-issue. Just below here, you have your raw and freshwater rinse downs, as well as your freshwater hookup, and then a plug for your electric reels. I've never got to use one of those, so educate me in the comments down below. Taking a step back so you can see, we do have a nice docking door or a side door where you can get your big fish on. If you're gaffing a fish, bringing it up, that's where you would do it. Continuing forward, we have a step up to the walk-around. It is a walk-around, not a walk-through windshield, which we will get to up in the Helm. A step up because this does have a cushion that goes on top of it, and you can have a nice little aft face seat there. And then just below that, you do have a grill and some extra storage down below. Working our way over to the starboard side of the cockpit, which is where things get fun. We have a nice deep sink washdown and a nice deep live well there. And here are your switches. You have a forward live well switch for this live well, raw water pump switch, and spreader lights for the cockpit. Just below that, we have a tackle box storage and just a little bit more tackle storage there. You hang up your favorite lures, quick access, so you're not having to dig in the tackle boxes. Beautiful JL audio speakers. They make great speakers. And then obviously your walk around on that side. All right, 2 steps up to the Helm, and as we're on our way up there, I wanted to point out you have some storage here and an AC vent here because the Helm is air conditioned, and you do have a full enclosure for the Helm, so it stops right here where these steps are. So you can take this boat out in any weather condition. A little bit more storage here on the starboard side, a couple storage drawers. 2 steps up, you have a single seat here on the port side, a nice JL audio subwoofer, 2 cup holders, some more storage, and an AC vent. And if anybody was wondering, your AC intake is right there, so your AC unit is underneath this seat here. Panning around, you have your Helm, which we will get a deep dive into. This boat is fully loaded. I'm very excited to show you everything it's got. And then here on the starboard side, you do have an aft face seat as well as a forward face bench. So you can fit 2 people there, 1 there. And then this fill-in does come out, so if you wanted to have a seating arrangement, you could, but it also doubles as a nice sun bench. All right, taking a look at the captain's chair, you do have a flip-up bolster So you can use this as a leaning post, or you can sit, whichever you prefer, whatever the weather is calling for. Taking a look at the helm, you have your Yamaha engine readouts, Fusion sound system. And then I'll go through the switches real quick because I know a lot of times you can't actually read them. You have your horn, windshield wiper, this is washer fluid, wipers, build switches, cockpit lights, navigation and anchor lights, windshield vent, so this windshield does flip open here. Center line down right there, hopefully you can tell what I'm pointing at. It does flip up, allow some fresh air in here while you're underway, so you don't have to run that AC if you don't want to. Hardtop lights, this boat is equipped with a hardtop, which I will show before we head down into the cabin. Underwater lights, cockpit shade for that awning I was talking about. Sunroof, because it has a nice beautiful sunlight. Electronic box, which is this right here. If you saw my other Grady-White video, I will leave a card to it right here. You will know what this is, but if you have not seen it, stay tuned because this is a really neat feature to keep your electronics from getting stolen. Windlass switch. This boat does have joystick steering, very cool feature, as well as autopilot, and here is your Seakeeper controls. And then obviously your throttles. Trim tabs, bow thruster. Like I said, this thing is fully equipped. It also has FLIR, which I will show you as we move up to the bow. And then your Yamaha start stops ignition switches. Flipping up the electronics box. This boat is equipped with two giant Garmin displays, which you can have your FLIR pulled up on one, radar, depth finder, GPS on the other, and this is a wireless phone charger. Another cool feature that I wanted to point out as I was opening up the electric box, I noticed this is a 120 power indicator, or 120 volt power indicator, so everything running off the generator is going to show right there, so you know what's drawing power and what is not. And then looking up from the helm, we do have a big skylight. These are pool shades, so you can pull that across and just have the full skylight. And then there's a third option, which is a screen, and then the electronic switch opens up the skylight so you can get full air blowing through here. You have a little bit of additional storage there and there, as well as JL audio speakers, some more rod holder storage in the overhead, and then a big storage compartment that zips around. Most people put their life vests, all their Coast Guard equipment up there. Like I said, a step up for the walk-around. You do have handholds all the way throughout. These rub rails are nice and high. They're about knee-high on me. Stainless steel cleats, handrails, as well as cup holders. Nice big sun bench, and in between these are the skylights, so you can't pull those out for your escape hatch, but they are on a hinge, so if you are under there and the bow pads are there, it's a non-issue. It pops right up with the window. All right, hopefully the traffic noise is not too bad, but you have your foot switches for your electric windlass. One of my favorite features is you have a rod holder for a little bit of lazy fishing. Put your fishing pole in there, bait in the water, and just sit down on the nice sun benches on the bow, have a drink, wait for that pole to bend over. Grady really thinks of everything for every type of fishing. And then access into your anchor locker. Flip it around so you get a good idea of the amount of space on this bow. Obviously your bow pads. You do have FLIR, radar. Back behind the radar, that big black dome there is your track vision TV. Most people are replacing that with Starlink, but I talk about that in all my videos. And then on each side of that is your GPS antennas. Okay, let's go down into the cabin where it's nice and quiet because this traffic noise and wind is killing me. I did want to point out it does have beautiful accent lighting. However, because they are brand new LED lights, the refresh rate is going to look like that. I think that's going to make for a poor tour, so hopefully if I kill these, you still get the idea. 3 steps down into the cabin, and we will start on the port side, work our way forward. You have controls for your aft cockpit cooler, your helm air conditioner, and your cabin air conditioner. And starting out in the galley, you have some overhead storage here and there. Just below that, you guessed it, more storage. A lot of storage in this galley, especially on an express cruiser. This boat's really designed for overnight fishing trips, offshore fishing trips. Deep stainless steel sink, beautiful countertops, and it does have an insert extending the countertop space. And then just below this is a 2-burner stovetop. Moving below the galley, we have some under sink storage, lighted, which is nice because most of these don't have lights in them, and that is an automatic light. So as you open that up, it turns on. Pretty neat. Nice little touch Grady-White there. And some drawers for some extra galley storage. All of these are about the same, as you'll see. And forward of that, we do have a nice pull-out drawer. Continuing forward in the galley, up top, we do have a fridge, which I cannot open with one hand. We have your fridge, and freezer. They are separated, so you get about mini fridge size from a freezer and fridge. Just above that, stainless steel microwave, which looks great. This is a convection oven actually, so it's microwave convection oven. So it does it all. You can cook all your meals with just that. And then your Fusion sound system faceplate. Looking forward into the forward V-berth, you can fit 2 people here, no problem. Nice accent lighting. I wish I could keep the lights on because it really looks beautiful, but I just think it would make for a poor tour. 2 skylights here, or escape hatches depending on the situation. Obviously you can't see out of there because of bow cushions. I don't recommend keeping your bow cushions on all the time. Take those off as they trap water, and that's how you get a soft bow. This is a MarineMax used boat, so you do get the advantages of buying a used boat through MarineMax. Get a lot of the packets, owner's manual. They have a whole program that reach out to Paul and he'll be more than happy to explain. And some drawers here and here. And look at this. This is my favorite part of the cabin. Nice blue marlin etched into the glass there, and a light switch that makes it glow. I think that just adds a beautiful touch. All of the cup holders have LED lights in them too, which really adds to the mood down here. Taking a step back, we do have a U-shaped dinette. Obviously this does come up and turn into a dinette. You can eat your dinner here, or it drops down and turns into an extra berth. And a little cool feature that Grady included, back behind here, it does have a cutout for some extra foot room if you are using this as a berth, or you can slide some extra storage back there. But I just think it's a really neat feature that Grady-White thought of. Just above the dinette, we have extra storage and some more on the other side. Track Vision TV for your TV, as well as your AC vent there. And taking a look at the head, it is a wet head, but that's to be expected on a boat this size. 37 feet, most boats are going to have a wet head. However, one thing I forgot to mention while we were taking a look at the cockpit, it is a 13-foot beam boat, so it is very, very beamy, and it really shows here in the head, where you have a nice cutout for your VacuFlush head. Just above the toilet, you do have a switch for the discharge pump, as well as indicators for your black water and freshwater storage. Power vent there. Stainless steel shower head that is adjustable. You have a curtain that pulls all the way around here. And then just forward of that, we have medicine cabinet style storage. Some extra storage down below. Deep stainless steel sink, stainless steel faucet, holder for your soap, shampoo, toothbrushes, toothpaste. Just above that is an AC vent, so you can pump some fresh air in here in case it gets hot and steamy. Light switch, power vent switch. And then just below the counter, we have a cover for your toilet paper, keep you from getting soggy toilet paper, and some under sink access as well as extra storage. And just after the head, we do have our switch panel as well as generator controls there. Just below that is a pull out hanging locker. It is cedar lined, which I think is a really cool use of space. It's nice tucked out of the way. You would never know it was there. Moving aft into the midship berth, it is 2-tiered, so you can sit here and you have plenty of headroom. I can sit, like I said, I'm about 6 foot tall, and I have plenty of headroom to sit there, and then a nice single berth. You do have AC vent and access into the AC ductwork, as well as storage panels on the other side. When I get back here, this is obviously the rest of the enclosure for the Helm. I'm gonna get back here and show you that it does have a curtain that pulls across and gives you some extra privacy back here.